Hi, what drives you? What drives us? What drives the world? Have you ever asked yourself this question? A lot of people are driven by problems, other people are driven by pressure, others are driven by material possession, others are driven by fear. Today we are going to be looking at the many things, the many characters of people that are driven and what drives them vis-a-vis God's purpose for us in life. Stay tuned. Do not go away. Hello guys, thank you for tuning and sticking around. Welcome back to my channel. This is P and I'm the host to this channel. Before we go to that short break, I was asking you a question of what drives you as a person. A lot of people do not know what drives them. A lot of people do not know what their drive is in life. When I talk of drive, I'm talking about the things that control you, the things that guide your life. Like I did mention earlier, a lot of people are driven by very many things. And today I am going to break down some of these things and will definitely show you how they drive your life. This will help you to get to better understand your life as a person. Number one, a lot of people are driven by guilt. Guilt is one thing that enslaves you as a person. It holds your life back. It controls you and everything about you. You move with shame. You're not comfortable about yourself. You can't forgive yourself every day. People who are driven by guilt live a life of denial. They don't seem to look at life broadly. Are you in that category? And you're driven by guilt? I'll give you a very quick scenario. I know of people who have made decisions in life until this very day, they regret every day of their lives. Are you that one person who is out there and you're driven by this guilt, this pain, this regret, and you just do not know where to start from? You can still choose to forgive yourself and put all this shame, all this guilt behind you. I was guilty when I gave birth at 16, and somehow this guilt tormented me. This guilt kept me in shame, that when I saw my classmates that I went to school with then, I chose to shy away and hid my face. You're out there and you're dealing with this guilt, this shame. It is time to forgive yourself. Number two, a lot of people in the world are driven by fear. Fear is one of your greatest weapon of destruction. Fear puts you in a cage. Fear puts you in prison. There are people out there that develop fear not because they want, but maybe due to circumstances or traumatic experiences that they've had in life, and because of that, they chose to keep calm and remain wherever they are. Fear stops you from moving. Fear stops you from progressing. Why? Because you look at your life and then you begin to fear literally everything. You can't venture in anything because you are afraid. You are afraid to try. You can't venture in new businesses. You can't take risks because you fear. This is People who are driven by fear get comfortable in their situations, get comfortable in their lives, get comfortable with everything around them. Why? Because they do not want to fear. I know of people who say, I fear to try because this is what people will think of me. There are others who will say, I fear to try because I do not want to fail. There are others who say, I fear to try because I am afraid to fail. When you are out, if you are out there and you're in this kind of a driven life, and you're asking yourself, I can't try this because I fear to do this. I can't try that because people will laugh at me. It's time for you to identify your fears. Ask God to take you out of your fears. Because you need to stand again. Regardless of all the traumatic experiences that you've gone through, all the bad deals that you went in and went wrong, you need to move on. I know of people who have ventured in businesses and have lost multi-billion dollars, shillings, pounds, and because of that, they just find it so hard. They find it really, really hard to try. If you are out there and you're driven with fear, by fear rather, it is time for you to identify these fears. Let your fears be known, overcome your fears, and move on. Number 3, there are people who are driven by material possession. I know of people who say, I think if I have all these monies, if I have all this, I'll be famous, I'll have security, I'll have this kind of life. And they are driven by that. They want to work so hard, they want to work their heads out, they want to steal, they want to do all the dubious kind of things in order to get this material wealth. I want to assure you that over the times, even when you possess all this material wealth, even when you possess all these things that you call classy, they eventually fade out with time and new things come up, and still because you have this drive in you, you want to acquire them. That is why you find someone has bought the latest car, and then after 3 months they think it's outdated, they need something new, and they're buying something else. So you find that materialism drives you into things that you should have not otherwise done. So let us watch out. What drives you? Because the most important thing in life is not actually the material wealth that you possess. The most important thing in life is you as a person. We value you. We don't value your material wealth. Some people are driven by resentment and anger. Have you met people that you work with probably in your offices, and then you say hello to them and they are always rude? Have you met such people? Such people are driven by anger. Even when you tell them, hi, how are you? How was your morning today? Are you fine? They will always respond with anger. They will respond with annoyance. They will respond with irritation. Anger is one thing that is so bad. You lose out on many things. Imagine I have offended you and you still carry this guilt with you. You carry this hurt. You carry this annoyance with you. You hold a lot of things in your life. Some people are driven with the need for approval. Some people are out there. You're out there and you're driven by envy. You feel like if you can't have it, no one can have it. Other people are driven by lies. You pleasure in telling lies about anything and everything. But tonight I want to ask you this one big question. What drives you as a person? Is it the need for security? Is it materialism? Is it envy? What drives you? And what is God's purpose in your own life? I was recently reading a journal, and the author says that the most important thing in life is to have a focused and a purposeful life. That whatever drives us now, pushes us into a lot of pressure and a lot of unfulfilled goals in life. The many things that we are chasing here, I want to drive this, I want to do this, this is driving me. All this force that is pushing us actually do not take us anywhere. They just keep us into a life of stress. They keep us in unfulfilled lives, and we definitely do not get to achieve anything. I want to ask you tonight again, what is God's purpose in your life? As you think of this question, I'll leave you with 3 basic principles of how best you can break down this question vis-a-vis what drives you. Fit it in there and try to merge the two together. Number 1, define yourself before God. How do you look at yourself when you stand before God vis-a-vis what people say about you? Number 2, what is God's purpose in your life? And then lastly, at what point in time are you supposed to fulfill these purposes? I want to assure you tonight that whatever we do, when we do not have a focused and purposeful life, we venture in vain, and we definitely live a very stressful life. We live a life filled with unfulfilled goals. We live a life of pain and struggles. Define your purpose today. Make it clear. Be focused. Know your purpose as a person. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to subscribe if you are new. And feel free to share with me what drives you as a person vis-a-vis what God's purpose are for you as a person. Share with me down below at the comment or description box. Do not forget to share this video, and do not forget to click the notification bell once you subscribe. Thank you once again for keeping around. I hope we meet again very soon. Continue keeping safe. Bye-bye for now.